Have you ever wanted to watch a variety of rigs tackle a challenging and scenic trail? Then stick around and enjoy the ride as the Kentucky Fried Trails 2024 Adventure Crew tackles the Brushy Fork segment of the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway. Bill and I had never joined a small group event before, let alone a group of complete strangers. Would they be nice? Think we were weird? But most importantly, would they be okay with my filming habits? That first morning on the trail, there were 16 rigs in the group, and all I could think of was, how in the world am I supposed to film this?
And we get up here to the tunnel, Steve, just hang back for a sec. I'm going to hinge up and make sure there's no one coming the other way so we don't have to back up.
Bill came up with a quick and possible idea.
Unless right now you just jump out and run forward.
But at this point, it became very clear that that just wasn't going to work.
Good to go.
Even if I were still young and in my 20s, I wouldn't have even made it to that next truck. Thankfully, the Nada Tunnel, well, it's still pretty darn scenic just sitting in that passenger seat. And in case you're curious, you did hear that pronunciation correctly. Although out-of-towners often call it the Nada Tunnel, the locals pronounce it Nada. After a short and winding drive along the pavement, we finally found ourselves at the entrance of Forest Service Road 1085, also known as Brushy or Brushy Fork. The beginning of this track is a one-way, muddy and rutted trail that slips and slides its way down a forested ravine. When we'd arrived at the trail, I'd taken advantage of the brief time everyone stopped to air down, so I could find this nice vantage on the hillside and watch the rigs as each went by. And as the last rig inched down the hill to join the group, that fear came back to me again.
This group is so big, we can just keep on going unless there's like a landmark or something that we all want to look at, but...
And that was exactly my fear. How could I convey to anybody the beauty and wonder of a trail like this if I didn't have time to get out and show it to you?
That way, Doc, are you good on those flunky birds?
Flunky birds aren't scenic.
And to make matters worse, I could hear the radio banter, talking about obstacles and flexing of vehicles. But I wasn't there to get pictures. So how was I going to get this to work? My first thought was to use a little more GoPro footage.
Very off camera here in a second. Or you're just narrow enough. You're not going.
Try to show the ranger how much scraping me. I'm going to.
Yes, slide sideways there. Definitely leave a little room in here.
Stay to the right.
Seriously?
And straddle that. I think I'll do it. If not,
Gosh, are you crazy?
that's what I would do if I was by myself, you know.
I think you're crazy.
Oh, she's not going to stay.
Nope, she's not going to stay. Oh my gosh.
I wonder what my pitch is.
I don't know.
The ranger is not following me.
But as much as that GoPro footage can give you an inkling of this trail, it just wasn't good enough for me.
That's about as twisted as a Ford can get right there. If he doesn't have luck, he might.
And 3 on the bottom right.
So for a minute, I focused a little on the challenges of the vehicle ahead. and then switched to a favorite angle to show off some of the beautiful water crossings. But when I started hearing all the great radio banter, I knew I needed to change my tactics again.
I thought for sure I was dropping. That was good. Watching your suspension do Jeep stuff makes me want a gladiator. There's no way this F-150 would climb the wall like you did. That's why I left the F-150 wall and got this gladiator.
And that's when I decided I was about to start getting a lot more exercise today. So when we reached the bottom of Forest Service Road 1085 and were crossing the Brushy Fork Creek, I finally decided to take my chance. I was still bound and determined, however, to not be the one who was slowing everybody else down. And thankfully, it was pretty easy for Bill to catch up again in those brief intervals when I got out to try and get some better video. This particular rock obstacle is the most technical one on this track. You can find it shortly after you get on the Brushy Creek section of the trail. And as you can tell from the video, a variety of vehicles are more than capable of tackling this. The entirety of the Brushy Fork Creek section of the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway is around 4.5 miles long. Both OnX and Trails Off-Road rate this particular section at about a 3 or a 4 for difficulty. If you ever decide to try and tackle this trail for yourself, be aware that a local landowner near the entrance previously disputed the public nature of Forest Service Road 1085, and he would occasionally place unofficial barriers and barricades across that road. So if you happen to find something that looks like an unofficial gate or barricade at the entrance to the trail, make sure to call the Cumberland Ranger District, who can tell you whether or not this is still an active public road. And as with any trail, make sure that you stay on the trail. Don't contribute to braiding. Don't create new bypasses and pack out more than you pack in, so that we can continue to enjoy these trails for many years in the future. So what did this trail teach us today? It taught us that there are still many beautiful and technical trails hidden away near the Red River Gorge that we have yet to explore. It gave us a brief glimpse of the abilities of a variety of other vehicles.
Yeah, I don't think I want to walk through this one.
It provided us an opportunity to drive along the far side of a lake. Yeah, that one's just a little bit deeper than I want to wade backwards through with a video camera. It gave us a glimpse into the personalities of our fellow adventurers. This trail taught me that even in a large group of people, sometimes you have to be courageous enough to make your own opportunities to keep doing those things like photography that just make you unique. So whatever gifts you have, whatever adventures you pursue, wherever things in life take you, don't forget that the story of this world wouldn't be complete without you. So what adventure will you write into your life next?
Every while I'm hearing a weird noise. I hope that front drive shaft's not doing bad things.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a big change, though, man.
Am I getting hungry?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's how we eventually ended up at a local county park enjoying a break for lunch. Oh, and also enjoying bathrooms, but this is not the kind of sign that I want to see on my bathroom. What about you? Thanks for joining us as we drove across the Brushy Fork section of the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway. Where are we headed next? How about something like this? I hope you'll come back and join the whole adventure crew then. But in the meantime, go out and find your own adventure.